Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news out of East Lansing, where the president of Michigan State University just resigned. Samuel Stanley says that he gave his 3-month notice to resign to the Board of Trustees.
In a recorded message to students, Samuel says he made this decision because of the board.
But I, like the Michigan State University Faculty Senate and associated students at Michigan State University, have lost confidence in the action of the current Board of Trustees, and I cannot, in good conscience, continue to serve this board as constituted.
Members of the Board of Trustees had previously asked Stanley to resign following an audit which showed several errors in the university's handling of Title IX compliance. The head of the university's College of Business also resigned in August for not following guidelines on the reporting of sexual misconduct.
Our other breaking news this noon, the Parkland High School shooter will be sentenced to life in prison. A judge just read the sentencing verdict in the penalty trial for Nicholas Cruz after a 3-month-long trial. And
that was his reaction there. You see, the jury was tasked with deciding whether Cruz would get the death penalty or life in prison without the possibility of parole. A unanimous vote was required for Cruz to get the death penalty, and the jury just couldn't agree that he should be executed. As you see there, he was mostly emotionless in court as the verdict was read. Cruz pleaded guilty last year to 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder in the 18 shooting of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. A judge will formally issue that sentencing later this year. Now to major news this noon on what you pay and an historic increase in Social Security payments.
Millions of Social Security recipients will get an 8.7% boost in their benefits next year. The cost of living adjustment means the average person will receive $140 more per month beginning in January. That's coupled with a 3% drop in Medicare Part B premiums. It comes as the country deals with record high inflation.
And inflation numbers keep rising. New numbers out today show prices are up 0.4% in September. That means the inflation rate over the previous 12 months is now 8.2%. That's down from the peak of nearly 9% in June. A jump in food prices helped drive today's numbers. The Federal Reserve has raised rates 3 full percentage points since March, and this signals another increase is likely when they meet in November. Turning now to the old forewarn on this rainy fall day, but oh, the fall colors not looking too bad. That's Belle Isle, by the way, thanks to Sky 4. You can see the leaves changing, and things are starting to look really pretty if you're into that.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Definitely a great place to go look at fall colors.
It's a great place, yeah.
Very cool dress, Rhonda. I just wanted to let you know.
Green?
Well, matches the maps.
See, and this is slightly cooler than we have been, but it's nice out there. We're getting a little bit of sun here and there, and it makes a big difference to the spirit as you're looking at those pretty leaves. Just a little bit of sunshine. Low to middle 50s out there. It's 49 in Howell, 56 at Metro. Double Nichols downriver into Groseal. We have temps a good 5 to 15 degrees cooler than they were noontime yesterday. The winds are starting to kick up a little bit here as well out of the southwest, west-southwest, 10 to 20. Couple of showers that we are seeing and watching here up into Livingston County. These are, Livingston, northern Livingston, drifting slowly to the northeast. And this will be the play for most of the afternoon with a spotty shower, a lot of it ripping off of Lake Michigan, and due to the winds, it will be along and north of M59. Temps in the upper 50s to near 60, and again, a couple of spotty showers, mainly north, guys.
All right, Brandon. Big changes coming to Detroit's Coleman Young International Airport.
Yeah, for years, the city has wrestled with the FAA over possible upgrades and expansion plans, but finally, forward progress is really being made.
Our Jacqueline Francis is live there for us today with a closer look at what's to come on all of this. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, this here is a copy of that airport layout plan. On the inside, it's super technical, as you can imagine, and it's a really big deal because it's the first time in 30 years that City Airport has a plan that's backed by the FAA, and Mayor Mike Duggan was talking about just that this morning, saying that for years the city has been in denial, not wanting to accept the fact this airport just isn't conducive for commercial airlines. It took accepting that and embracing what the airport can be home to unlock more than $100 million in federal grants over the next 10 years. The mayor outlining all that capital investment will include. Take a listen.
We are going to build a first-class corporate and general aviation airport here at the Coleman Young Airport. And now we're going to build brand new hangars. We're going to put in new taxiways. We are going to increase the safety of the existing runway.
As we look forward to the future of the airport here, there's also a lot of history. Tomorrow will mark 95 years since the first airplane landed here at City Airport. We'll have much more on what's to come, including what it means for residents living nearby, coming up at 5 o'clock. Reporting live, I'm Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Nice to see upgrades are coming. Jacqueline, thank you. In Decision 2022, Michigan's candidates for governor are going to be debating for the first time tonight.
It is a big night for both of them, for sure. With less than just a month now from the November election, Governor Whitmer and the Republican challenger Tudor Dixon will be answering questions on the issues that impact you. Nick Monticelli with more on what you can expect.
So this debate is going to be, as you mentioned, tonight on the west side of the state at the NBC station in Grand Rapids. We'll have it for you here as well, of course, but there's so much interest in this debate because a lot of people looking at Tudor Dixon to hear what she has to say, trying to close a 17-point gap. Tudor Dixon's campaign went silent for 8 weeks after she won the primary. Whether that was strategic or because the campaign has minimal cash on hand doesn't matter.
The problem she has is right now she has been beaten up for 2 months on television, and her name ID is deeply unpopular.
One reason for that, the Whitmer campaign reinforced Dixon's views on abortion, which includes no exceptions for rape or incest. The latest poll showing more than 65% of Michigan voters do not support the overturning of Roe, and abortion access in Michigan is on the November ballot. Meanwhile, Dixon has focused on the economy, second on Michigan voters' minds underneath abortion. She has been attacking Whitmer's COVID response, which, according to the latest polling, 53% of voters approve of. Who Dixon does have in her camp right now, hardcore Republicans. But Whitmer is still leading 49 to 32%. Experts say to sway more voters, including independents and those leaning Republican, more campaigning is needed.
I think we have to realize that what we are looking at is not normal. I can't remember a major campaign that has rolled into October and has no money to put on television and has not been on television. This is really something unique we're looking at right now. And that doesn't mean this race can't close. If there are resources to go up on the air, I mean, this race is going to close.
I had the chance to talk to Tudor Dixon about this gap, and she is hoping that more presence will get more Republicans out for this midterm election. They realize that could be an issue. And again, a lot of people wondering what else will be done to ramp up that campaign closer to the election. I'm Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick, and we will be streaming the debate live on clickondetroit.com, and we'll also have it on Local 4 Plus. Starts tonight at 7 o'clock, and our Mara McDonald will be in Grand Rapids and have a complete recap tonight at 10 on the app and 11 on TV. Now is a great time to get familiar with the issues in this election, and you can do that at the website, clickondetroit.com. We have a complete voter guide there for you. It has information on the local races, the ballot proposals, and key voting deadlines. You can find it on the elections page.
The trial for 3 men charged with helping in the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer is continuing today after questions over a juror yesterday. Rather unusual ones as well. Prosecutors raised concerns about a female juror who they say has been smiling at Paul Bilar, one of the 3 men on trial. The judge said he noticed it too and is promising to pay closer attention to that juror's behavior. Bilar, Joe Morrison, and Pete Musico are all charged in state court with providing material support for a terrorist act.
Still to come on the noon, the cost to celebrate Halloween this year is, like everything, going up.
All right, so what to expect on your next trip to a pumpkin patch?
The January 6th committee holds what is expected to be its final public hearing. Who they'll focus on and what you can expect to hear. I'm Bree Jackson in Washington with details.